Hello Churchcentral, my name is Kate and my role is Operations Manager across our churches. As a family of churches, we are committed to being as transparent as possible about our finances. And so it's my privilege to bring you this video, not only explaining our finances in the financial year to the end of March 2023, but also to highlight a few snapshots of the impact of the money spent, all enabled because of your generous giving. Our total income for the year was £532,343, which was made up of £374,180 unrestricted income, which is money that we can allocate freely to anything across our churches, and £158,163 restricted income, which is money set aside for specific projects. In our unrestricted income, £301,724 came through giving from within our churches, an increase of £11,000 on the previous year. £66,378 came from gift aid. Giving and gift aid make a huge difference to what we can do, so a massive thank you to all who gave and filled in a gift aid form to enable us to claim an additional 25p per pound. Our total expenditure for the year was £540,292, of which £390,200 was unrestricted expenditure. This graph shows the different unrestricted spending areas. Our biggest area is staff costs, 68% of our annual spending. We were really pleased to be able to give away 10% of our income in faith and also to be able to double our spending on community outreach. Overall in the year, we had an unrestricted deficit of £16,000, which was much lower than we'd anticipated at the beginning of the financial year. We are so grateful for God's provision.
One of the images for the church that I most appreciate is the picture we get in the pages of the New Testament of the church as a body, where each one has a crucially important part to play. Some more prominent, some hidden away, but everyone pulling together for the health of the whole. And over the last year, as I've travelled around our churches, it's brought tremendous joy seeing some old timers still faithfully serving, sleeves rolled up, playing their part, and a whole bunch of new people getting plugged in and learning to play their role in the health of the body. Thank you so much for your ongoing commitment. I hope some of the stories in this video inspire you for what's to come as we continue to seek the day when Jesus is the most talked about person in Birmingham. We continue to work for the good of our city and long to more and more impact nations.
This year was another year of encouragement and progress for us as a church. One very significant moment in the year was when we changed our name. So we ceased from being Churchcentral East and became Hope Community Church. And the reason for the change was really that we felt that that name better reflected what we are and what we're seeking to be in the city, and also enabled us to bring many of the things that we do as a church under the Hope banner, things such as Hope, Stay and Play. We continue to see God gathering people from different nations to us. I think we're about 18 nations at last count. We had 6 baptisms in the year, which was a great joy and cause for celebration. And during this year, an awful lot of work went into preparing for the launch of our food pantry. So lots of people were working incredibly hard into that. We also had a special offering for the pantry, which people gave so generously to. And the pantry was actually launched after the end of the year that we're reporting on, but is now thriving.
Churchcentral North continues to grow both in numbers and diversity. We just love to celebrate all the people that God is bringing in to us. A particular highlight for this has been our Ask Anything group, which we basically meet in a pub for an hour on a Friday, where people, whether Christians or non-Christians, people come to the church or friends of those in the church can just come and just share and ask any question they've got on their heart or mind. We've run a Hong Kong group. It's a Welcome to the UK course run by a national organisation that helps us to kind of bring people in that are local new residents to North Birmingham We ran a barbecue for over 300 people as part of the Wiley Birch Festival of Fun. Something we try and do every year as we just seek to be for the good of our community around us.
Over the last year, Churchcentral South has grown to approximately 200 people. But the number we gather isn't the thing that excites us most. We're not so much about numerical growth as growth in individual lives transformed into the likeness of Jesus, and then gospel growth and fruitfulness as we scatter out into the various parts of our city. And to that end, two of the things we're celebrating most over the last 12 months would be the launch of our action groups, with the vast proportion of the church now meeting up in groups of 3 to 4 people every other week to intentionally focus on encouraging one another to love Jesus more and love the people around us more. And then on top of that, we've also seen many doors opening into our communities, whether it's in Northfield, Kings Norton, Shenley, Bourneville, Selly Oak and Oldbury. Outreach events and community partnerships and even Christmas carol services multiplying across these communities.
We also have many encouraging stories from across our ministries. We have been able to increase our work with families. Mini Kids has moved to a new venue and regular numbers coming has doubled to over 60. Hope Stay and Play held an Easter party and connected with families through picnics in the park, and we've been able to start a warm welcome for families at Central House. 60 bags have been given to vulnerable and isolated prisoners in the Prison Bag scheme. And in our work with seniors, there have been weekly senior life groups and 3 Time for Tea events, with 143 older people being supported across this work. Sputnik hosted 9 gatherings, recorded Series 2 of the Faith in Arts podcast, and over 250 artists from across the country are now being supported by the Sputnik Slack. Our men's drop-in saw 40 refugees attending over the year, getting support with isolation and English learning, which has helped some of them to move into further education or employment. Emerge grew in strength and number, with 25 young people connecting in regularly and guests being invited as well. New Day was a highlight for the team and the youth. 46 students and 20s went away together for a weekend, and some students have stepped out in faith doing door-to-door evangelism in Selly Oak. It's great to share a snippet of what God's been doing through Churchcentral in this year. If you want to find out more details or get involved in anything mentioned on the video, you can email us, and our full accounts and trustees report are available on the Charity Commission website.